gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Hey everybody, well I'm back in the kitchen again today, and it's a beautiful October afternoon. We're about a week out from Halloween. The weather is absolutely perfect. I was out and about last couple days playing in the autumn leaves with the dogs, and today I thought I would stay in and make a couple of videos that I've been meaning to make. Now the first one that we're going to do is today. This was actually requested by one of our viewers, Steve Kemble. He requested that I make a shrub, or a drinking vinegar. Now if you scroll back, you will find a recipe that I made for manzanita berry vinegar. Now this is an infused vinegar. I took the manzanita berries and I mixed them with vinegar, and I infused the flavor of the manzanita berries into this vinegar. Now as you know, manzanitas tastes like apple. The word manzanita means little apple. So this really tastes like a homemade apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to use that today to actually make another recipe called a switchel, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And then also, if you scroll back a little bit, you'll find a video that I made earlier in the summer where I made a kind of a traditional wild black raspberry vinegar, or a traditional fruit vinegar. And I used wild black raspberries that I collected out in the woods. And that's a real simple process. It's a two-step process. Basically you take your berries or whatever fruit that you have and you mix it with water, a little bit of sugar, and then let that ferment. And then that's the first process. That takes a week or so, and let it ferment again, where we turn that fermented liquid actually into a vinegar. This is what we have right here. Oh, it smells so good, and the color is so beautiful. But really, this is a flavorful wild black raspberry vinegar that we made. And what's cool is, and I can show you here, I want to pour some of this vinegar into this container here. I'm going to show you, actually, so I can get down in here. This right here, this kind of weird looking thing that I pulled out right here, this is called the mother, and that is actually what actually turned the berry juice into a vinegar. So we can actually reuse that, and I'm going to keep that in the jar here and keep that in the fridge, so the next time I want to make another fruit vinegar, I use that as my starter. But like I said, you can scroll back and find that video. It's called I think Harvesting Wild Black Raspberries Part 1. This will be Harvesting Black Raspberries Part 2, where we're actually going to use the vinegar that we made. So actually what I did was I poured out some of that black raspberry vinegar here, and I'm going to sweeten that up, and I'm going to mix that with a little bit of honey. Now normally when you're making a shrub, you're going to take your fresh fruit, your vinegar, and your sugar and mix it all together and let that macerate, and then strain it out, and then you will have your shrub. In this case, since we've already made our fruit vinegar, I'm just going to sweeten it up with some honey. Alright, so I have my ice in my glass. So our first drink that we're going to make is our black raspberry shrub. So I'm going to pour that sweetened vinegar into our glass with the ice, and then to that I'm going to add some sparkling water. And then stir that up. Look how pretty that beverage is. Now, my homemade vinegar wasn't extremely acidic, so I actually put quite a bit in there. If you're using a shrub that you made from actual vinegar from a jar, you might want to put a little bit less in there. So let's try this out. Oh, that is so refreshing. I don't know if you've ever had a drinking vinegar before, but it's so refreshing. It's kind of a different thing to get used to at first if you've never had it, but once you do get a taste for that, it tastes so good. That is delicious. It's a little bit of summer on this beautiful autumn day. Oh man, it's so bright and delicious and tastes so much of wild black raspberries. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I'm going to set this one aside, and then I'm going to work on our next drink, which is very similar. This one's called a Switchel, which is a similar drink, vinegar, drinking vinegar type of a drink. And this one actually is of an American origin in early America, sometime in the 18th century. And it was a drink that was popular with farmers and people that were working out during the day. It's sort of like a original energy drink. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to get our glass again. And in this case, I have some cold water. Just like that. And then I'm going to add some of our apple cider vinegar, in this case manzanita berry vinegar. Put some of that in there, just like that. And then some molasses. And then, last but not least, some dried powdered ginger. Mix that all up. We get that molasses mixed in with that cold water. Okay, and then I'm going to top that off with some more water. Just like that. Okay. There we go. All right, there is our second drink. This one, that one smells so good too. You can smell that molasses and the ginger. Oh my gosh, this one smells like fall, although it probably was a very popular drink in the summertime when they were sweating and they needed those electrolytes. Now that one is a little bit different. It's not really something that you would really expect as a beverage, but I could see how this would be really refreshing, in a hot summer day. It tastes really good and actually tastes perfect for this fall day with the molasses and the ginger and the apple. It kind of tastes like a tart apple pie. So there you go. That is so good. I would highly recommend making this too. So we have two sort of drinking vinegar type beverages here. The first one is a shrub, which we made with our homemade wild blackberry vinegar, and we mixed that with sparkling water. It's tart, it's light, and it's really refreshing with that sparkling water in there. That one's really good. Fruity, definitely fruity. And this one, the Switchel, is a little bit different. It's more of a kind of a deeper flavor with the molasses and the apple and the ginger. Oh, that one's so good too. Both very refreshing and both very different but fun to make. And the nice thing as far as the shrub goes is that you can use any fruit that you have. You can find some nice fruit in the store, or if you have some frozen strawberries or something like that, that's another way to make an easy shrub. You don't have to actually make the vinegar yourself. Anyway, those are so delicious and such a fun little project. Thank you, Steve, for putting this idea in my head. Not only is it delicious and fun, but it's also kind of a way to taste a little bit of history. We don't see these kind of drinks, well, the Switchel too often anymore. Now the Shrub actually has become a very popular ingredient in modern day cocktails. Just mix this with your favorite spirit, gin or vodka or rum, and it makes another delicious drink. So anyway, if you like this video, please like, please subscribe. That always helps us a lot, and we will see you in the next
Load
one.
up the
All right,
pans
bye-bye.
and fishing poles. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I on the road.
They're both so good. I don't know which one I like better. Oh, really good.